When I was asked how we can focus during this COVID time with all the distractions that are there, I thought of two people that I have great admiration for. They're both in media, young friends of mine, Holy Dave Muthengi and Rene Mwenda. They often invite me to a group they call the Ruthless Focus Gang. Now, I'm not at their level of focus. They're amazing. And then I also thought of the Zen masters. So these are people from the Eastern tradition who, it is claimed, can actually empty their minds totally except for one thought that remains and that they focus on. Again, I'm not at the level of the Zen masters. But closer to that, I'm a member and a pupil of the Shaolin Five Animal group. And we have this concept called yin-yang. And I'm going to show it to you right behind if you look at my board over there. So you can see the light and dark, that idea of a dual force, you know, a good and evil force, light and dark. And in Kung Fu, we think of it as attack and defense. So attack and defense. So whenever we do this, we're really just saying yin-yang. And you can see the same design on my fist and palm with the design on the board over there, on the whiteboard. So what am I talking about? You're going to use that yin-yang strategy to focus. One part of it is defense, where you get rid of the distractions that are there. And the other part is attack, where you engage, where you bring all the forces that you have to help you to focus. So let's start with defense. What are the distractions that you need to get rid of? Let's look at the environment. Where exactly are you having these sessions, these online sessions? Is it an ideal environment? Is it a place with a comfortable desk? Is it far away from noise? What do you do to protect that environment? Do you put a sign outside your door, please do not disturb? Do you negotiate with the people you live with? Whenever I go into this particular place and put that sign, kindly respect, I am doing something serious. I'm not just watching movies or taking a nap. This is something serious that I'm doing. So protect that environment. Get used to a particular place that if you go to, it even reminds you, this is where I come to work. This is my place where I can easily focus. It gets your mind into the zone when you're in the right environment. And then, do you have a good seat? Is it comfortable? Because as you get tired, your body stops focusing. Your brain stops focusing because your body is tired. So you have to think about your body as well. So we've looked at the environment. What about your body? Did you sleep well? You need to be fresh for your brain to work. Are you fit? Have you been running, doing some cardio exercise or strength exercises? Do you have muscle aches and things like that? Because those things can also distract you. And then you need to take breaks. Your brain can't just go on for 3 hours nonstop. I know people talk of distractions, but I think that there are some distractions that are okay. For instance, you turn off your camera and then you do some exercise in order to freshen up. So here's an example. Again from Kung Fu, so you can, imagine I've turned off my camera and then I get into a nice Kung Fu horse stance. So I'm at the horse stance and then I start breathing in, breathe out, forward, and then we start again and we do something like that to the sky and then down to the earth. Breathe in, breathe out, and then you just do these kind of reps and it's relaxing and your brain freshens up again. Or you could get something like this, which I got at Decathlon, and I could be doing some exercise, different types, up in front. You can also put them between your legs and you're kind of like getting your body in shape even as you attend that class. Obviously don't get too distracted, but once in a while doing something like this will relax you and make you focus. It'll get your brain rested and working again. So that's what I call the defense. And now let's look at the attack. This I look at as engaging your mind and your heart. So this is you now deciding to focus on the things that are being taught. So let's start with your heart. Because if you don't want to be there, you don't see any reason why you should take this class, it'll be very hard for you to focus. So motivation is a big part of focus. Before you go into any session, ask yourself, what am I likely to learn? How does this connect with my life? How does it add to my skill set, to my knowledge? And once you kind of encourage yourself to look at the usefulness of what you're about to do, then now your heart is engaged. It sends a signal to your brain that I want to do this. I want to actually learn this stuff. And then now let's look at how to focus your mind. What you do is you plant a few key questions. What do I think I'm going to learn? And you put those almost like question marks somewhere. I hope to learn this by the end of this session. And so as the session progresses, you're scanning. Have they answered that question? Am I satisfied yet? And you're like ticking them off, done, yeah, got that, next, got that. And maybe you'll even get new questions. So you write them down. Hadn't thought about that. And I'm not quite getting what the lecturer is saying. So that's an extra question that I have. You can try and ask those questions on the chat and see if some other classmates will volunteer an answer as the lecturer is still going through whatever their flow is. Or you can jump in and try and answer other people's questions, because that's getting engaged. And then at the end of it all, you can ask yourself, so did I take off those many questions that I had at the beginning? Am I satisfied? Have I learned something new? Has it become a part of me? And these are just a few tips that I hope can help you. So may the force be with you guys. Peace out.